I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe. Good morning, all. We're going to do a little bit more training today. A few weeks ago, we did training on loan repayment packages. Now, normally on our CommNet Com Instruction 1500.4 series, we have enlistment bonuses as part of the loan repayment program, and it's usually done quarterly. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk a tiny bit about bonuses and how their application has been working in Pride, because there's a few unique situations that always require critical thinking. Now, good recruiters also are very concerned about the kind of incentives that their crew are getting, or that their potential or future sailors are getting down the road. So it's always worth, even after a reclass, that you check our work too. You know, we're all working together to get things absolutely right. To start with, to always know what the most up-to-date enlistment incentives there are, you go to CNR's public page. You don't have to go to, this is not like a CAC card required page to go to. This is public knowledge. And if you go to the NRC links, enlistment incentives, and then those enlistment bonus loan repayment, and you're going to see the effective messages that keep running down. For a lot of the people that we have in depth as of the date of this video, messages that apply will go back as far as the 10th of May of 2019, but we also have July impacting a lot of folks. February has had a major impact, and March there was is basically an amendment to February, because during this COVID rollout situation, a lot of people that had lost their bonuses from February, that since after February, if they get moved, they get to retain that bonus. The thing is that as they do the purchases, they still lose the bonus. So every time on shipping day, when we review the enlistment guarantees, and I'm telling my classifiers, look at the enlistment guarantees every time we confirm somebody. Because an example is the AV program had a EBSR, a source rate bonus of $10,000 that was pretty consistent from February, May, and July revisions, but then was removed in the February revision. And when they remove that and they get rolled out of their original time frame, the bonus drops off. So what we have to do on confirmation day is send a text to the Pride clerk right now that's in charge of bonuses, and they will re-award the bonus on that shipping day. Another thing to consider too is as they've been loading new jobs for the new fiscal year, one bonus is still not applied to those purchases. Now, we're not reloading those up at the time, but that has you thinking critically again to making sure that that bonus is listed on the enlistment guarantees. And what bonus that is the PFA bonus. It's been consistently off of the new purchase cycles, but as long as we're doing our paperwork correctly and looking at that enlistment guarantees on shipping day, we're going to award people in the correct way. So let's break this down a little bit from fleet, MEPS, and field. So in the fleet, the supporting documentation for awarding any bonuses is going to be the enlistment guarantees form, the DD form 4, sections 1, 2, and 3. Always have to remember the 3 because that's loaded in a separate part of Pride. And then a lot of times the cleverer clerks out in the field understand that there is an enlistment bonus statement of understanding, and your 1966 notes should always be in Congress with the maximum award, amount of bonuses that a person is eligible to receive, or the correct amount of bonuses that a person is eligible to receive. Now, we know bonuses stop at a cap of $40,000. So when there's extra bonus incentives, like sometimes when college credits come into play and maybe a shipping bonus, we still like awarding those things to those folks. It does take away from their enlistment bonus for source rate, but if you really think about it, it's to the advantage of the member, because your eligibility to receive those bonuses ends with graduating boot camp. And for programs that have high bonuses, you know that there's a potential for a high dropout rate in those programs. So if you imagine it this way, you know, someone who got a bachelor's degree gets $8,000 and they got to roll up to May and they might get another $5,000, $13,000 from the enlistment source bonus are eligible upon graduation of boot camp, even though it's less for getting through all of the rest of the school programs. But if they drop from the school program, they still got $13,000 in hand in that situation. Now, at MEPS, when we're selling a job, you just have to be familiar with the current policy. So the two that are most active for writing jobs right now is really still the February 2020, and the March 2020 really applies to retention of bonuses for the COVID situation of people rolling out. Another situational item for awarding bonuses is with college credit bonuses. If somebody has an associate's degree, the system is not configured properly to award that amount. That one is always have to be a reapplied amount after the fact. So that's where classifiers have to be very engaged with the education codes on the 1966, because if you see that D, that means they have an associate's degree. An associate's degree gets, on average, it seems to be $1,000 more than what it's going to try to think that it's applying based on the number of credits. The value that does seem to work still based off of the code is 16K, which is our bachelor's degree. That does seem to work right in Pride to award the $8,000. Another one that we're going to have to watch for very carefully is an enlistment bonus for high school. It's a small window of folks that were eligible to receive that, because that ran from last year, had a period of time from in the summer to the end of October for when they dipped in. But the thing is it's written in the policy that even if they reclass, roll out, or anything, they're supposed to retain that high school bonus of $3,000. So we're going to see that. I see that there might still be some 11S rollouts of our summer months, whether it's COVID related or because of the manning difficulties with trying to get everything back on track with these shipping cycles. So just remember, that's why we always look at the enlistment guarantees on the day that they ship out. It is absolutely vital. I know the EPDSs are going to be behind my back saying, yes, look at the enlistment guarantees every time that we're about to confirm somebody. And that's where you use your critical thinking. If you see that they were awarded that high school bonus, you're going to have to send that text to Pride so that they can re-award the bonus and make sure that it's always listed on the enlistment guarantees. Even if you have to change the guarantee, if they originally awarded the high school bonus, they should get the high school bonus again. Now, functionally, as you know, as we do enlistment guarantees, you just itemize your bonuses from option 2 on down. And if there's blank options, at least on the next blank option line, there should be a not applicable. That way we know that no one else is going to try to add to this form beyond, because everything should be appropriately typed into the form. So we have here an example of somebody who got the cryptological technician. They're also in an early bonus cycle, so they're going to get $25,000 for the program. They're getting $6,000 in this case for the college that they've received. We have $5,000 for shipping before the end of May and $2,000 for passing the PT and boot camp. And this is a pretty good account. A lot of people be aware that there's a bonus called PST for someone getting a significantly good score for their particular spec war program, and they could get even an extra $2,000 for that. Other than that, I'm not going to overly enforce on you how to do this form, because you've been doing it. You've been doing it and doing it well. The main thing is just understanding the behavior of certain bonuses in the Pride system. every so once in a while, they used to come out with an under bonus section. At some points, we may have to check into our bonuses too. No matter what, it's always about thinking critically, especially on the day that someone's shipping off, and ensuring that all of your notes within the 1966 and your statement of understanding are all in Congress. Other than that, keep doing right by the members. Let's try to get them the kind of cash that they deserve for the program that they got, and keep doing great things out there in the fleet.